Hello everybody! Welcome to another Tuesday Bible Sketching. I hope you're all having a good day. Hello everybody! Looks like we're good. Okay. Every Tuesday I kind of just like jump right in here without being completely repaired. Okay, so today's verse, and again I'm just looking at this for the first time. I just pulled this up. This is from BibleGateway.com. I don't have any affiliation with them, just using this as a jumping off point. So, and also, like I've been kind of encouraging the last couple of weeks, I really encourage you to grab a piece of paper or a sketchbook or something and try to do at least a little bit of sketching, even if it's just for a few minutes. And you can try it throughout the week. Just pull up a verse on Bible Gateway, or think of your favorite verse, or whatever. Or maybe you have a verse in church that pops up, and just try to sketch something for a little bit and see what comes up. I've got to say, some of the things that I've been sketching in these Tuesday Bible sketching have really stuck in my mind. Last week, that idea of that open space, that new open space that God can lead us into, that was from Psalms. That's really stuck in my mind. But all right, let's get into today's. This is 1 Corinthians 10:13. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. Okay. I guess kind of the end of this is just giving me getting an idea. And again, I really try to just go off of the first thing that pops in my mind, even if it's a little unrelated. I try not to overthink it. I don't want to worry too much about it. Alright, last time I started this, I think it was last time, this kind of sketching method, where I'm just kind of blobbing stuff in. I actually have not been doing much sketching in the last week. I've been missing it. Had a lot of other obligations going on. So I'm kind of thinking of a little bit of a cave idea, or it's kind of obvious, I suppose, but just there's going to be an opening or a path. Now I made that dark. Let's make it light. So I started with a little bit of a gray background. I've been learning with my painting, with oil painting. I used to try that. People would say, oh yeah, you got to start with a mid-tone. So if you're working with black and white, it would be a gray. So that you kind of are working either to a lighter value or to a darker value. You're starting in the middle, and it allows your eyes to have kind of a neutral reference point. When you start with white, like most paper is white, and so when we're drawing on white, it makes it hard for us to think about the different values and make them look right. And I have to say, if you're someone trying that, or if you have tried that and it didn't really work for you, you find that you just treat the gray as if it were white, That's kind of what I did for a while. You know, try it again if you haven't tried it in a while, because it didn't work for me for a while. But then, especially lately, it's really been helping my oil painting. So let me know if that doesn't make sense. But so right now, this looks like nothing. I'm trying to find the picture. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going for here. And you know what? Maybe this just won't work. Maybe this won't be the picture. I actually just want to make it darker. Well, to really simplify, oops, let's move that. Let's put that over here. The joys of digital painting that allow for so much forgiveness. It really makes it easy to undo, redo. It's easy to paint over something, select something and stretch it. This probably is still looking like absolutely nothing to you. I may abandon this idea. I'm just going to try to get my idea out and not develop this too much, because I'm just not liking where this is going. But I at least want to get the idea out. So here's this light doorway. I hate that I have to explain this. This is terrible. Because the drawing, whoa, there it is, undo. Thank you, undo. Yeah, the art should explain itself. That doesn't really matter. It's okay if you have to explain your art. So here's a guy, weird looking guy. Put some highlights on him. And he's standing in front of these black cave doors, and that's all he sees. Let's say there's kind of a bush thing here. That makes it hard for him to see that around the bush is this lighted path that he could go to. That's a weird bush. This is like a wall of rock and trees. That was what I was going for. I will point out, I mentioned this is not really an excuse, but it's more of my experience and just advice. If you do feel frustrated with how your drawing is going, like I am right now, I just feel like this is really frustrating, that looks terrible. Part of that is I just have not been drawing, as I mentioned earlier. And it really does make a huge difference when you sketch more, when you do it regularly. You're just kind of in tune to different things. I always thought, like, you know, as far as drawing goes, like, you could basically, you either have it or you don't, you know, and then also like just the skills, like you'll just remember them, you'll just kind of always have them. But I have found so much that you really have to practice it a lot. And for me, like, I might draw for um, 2 or 3 hours, and that first hour just might be stuff that's not that great. I'm thinking about the wrong things in it, or I'm trying too hard. But then when I finally relax, I start exploring more. I start thinking about, what if I did this? What if I did that? What if I thought more about three-dimensional shapes? What if I change up my thinking, and things start to click, and then it becomes fun, and yeah, it just starts flowing better. And then the next day I come back to it, and I'm already kind of halfway there. So yeah, it makes a big difference, like anything, to be practicing it every day. Why is that not selecting that color? That's weird. Okay, well, anyway, that's the idea. It's a very not pretty, weird drawing. Alright, let's go back to the verse. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind, and God is faithful, who will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. That really stands out to me. I have no idea what I'm going to draw right now, but and actually I think since that last drawing was just too weird, I'm going to switch my methods, kind of go back to my normal sketching method. Maybe that'll feel more comfortable, just pencil-like drawing. But this part about God is faithful, He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. It's the same idea, I guess. But I have to say, for me in the last week, I have not been as diligent in coming to the Lord. I think things have been getting a little more comfortable for me. And so I've started, and this always happens to me, I feel like I'm doing okay, and boy, I've drawn this praying pose so many times. But when I feel that way, I don't come to the Lord as much. I feel like, oh, I got this, I can handle this on my own. And today really was the first. I've been, in the mornings I get up, and one of the first things I do is I come down to my studio. I have kind of two studios, right? This is my corner studio, and then I have another room that's much bigger. This space is not that big, but it's where I can do digital art. But I go down to my other studio, and I have kind of a library corner, a nice comfortable chair, and I do my Bible reading there, going through a daily Bible reading. And then I just sit with my laptop and I kind of journal. I journal what I feel like the Lord is speaking to me, maybe things I need to do for the day. I just kind of work out life stuff a lot. Well, I haven't been doing that as much. I've been getting up and maybe I start drawing, or we've had some morning things that we've needed to do. Different errands or obligations that I've had to just take care of kind of right away. So I have not been coming to the Lord, and I think I can feel it. So today, this morning, was kind of the first day I was able to get back to that, and it's like what I was saying with sketching and doing it daily. It's sort of like I'm out of practice. Not that it's up to my prayer skill or whatever, I don't know, but something's just not quite the same, and I don't know that it always is the same either. I don't want this guy to have let's make him modern, making him with like a robe. I don't know what I was saying. I started just thinking about this guy's prayer position and that I don't usually pray like this. But once in a while I do, because I'm going to make an altar here, like at church. Sometimes I go up to the altar and pray. And I was talking about just the practice of coming to the Lord, the practice of prayer. The more you do it, the better you get at it. But it's a different kind of. This is all just my thoughts, my experience. I think we're all experience it in different ways, but when I don't do it as much, I come back to it and I still have maybe more of these. I'm hanging on to my selfish thinking or trying to live life in my control, do things with my control, and kind of need the Lord to humble me again. Really getting messy here. It's getting hard to know which line I want. I've said before with sketching, you don't want to worry about using an eraser, but if you have to, you have to. This looks like an odd pose. Our church has kind of a ledge here with a pad that you can rest your knees on, which is nice. Maybe the leg comes out this way, and then the foot comes down. Just trying to think how I do this. This is where another good drawing practice, if you're frustrated with like your drawings of your people and stuff. I do a lot of drawing where I'm just looking at different poses of people, and you just kind of draw the main shape of their pose, and it really helps you to understand, have more of a library of how to draw something, like this curve of the back here. I know it wouldn't look right if it were straight, and I've kind of only picked that up through drawing people over and over, looking at different poses and noticing things like that. Alright. I don't know, this is okay. I think I'm going to add a little bit of tone to this. Value, I should say. So like in my last drawing, the nasty scribbly one, I just kind of went right into the scribbles. This time I'm going to almost color it in. So we've got, let's say, the light's coming from the front here a little bit. Some dark pants. And this, it may not be directly coloring, but you can kind of change your shapes a little bit and correct things just through the scribbling. This scribbling might help me to see better what looks right and what doesn't. But I'm actually more concerned with my darks and my lights and just kind of designing that a little bit. And I kind of want to see if there's a way I can use that to express this idea of, what we're thinking about is that God is always faithful. That's what I want to be focusing on. Not, oh shoot, I think I used the wrong, the wrong selector. It's not really about a good drawing. It's about the story, the communication. Let's try that. That's a little too dark. Let's do that. Maybe you'll Go a little darker. Whoa. Back to the light. Never mind. Keep changing my mind. Alright. Wrong tool. So part of, I may not be expressing things so specific to the story. I mean, with these shapes, with now creating like dark shapes and medium tone valued shapes and stuff like that. But it's more about where it's drawing attention. See, like even this line of this post can be very important in helping you to look at this hand. That's too late. This guy's got really greasy hair. Oh. I don't know, I'll just keep that dark, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm struggling on this one too, guys. I'm not getting frustrated about it, but it's okay to be honest about your art and how it's looking, and knowing if it's looking right. Give him a beard. Try a lighter shirt, maybe. I'm just thinking about how to make him stand out a little bit. But now his skin is the same color, so I'm going to make his skin a little darker. This wall in the back. And maybe just for a little extra symbolism idea, it's like there's these stained glass windows in the back. I might try to make them glow a little bit. So we'll get this kind of spray brush. Soft brush. Beams of light coming in. This looks very incomplete. The ground, the floor needs something. I don't know if it should be dark. See, so I'm just trying stuff out. Here's kind of pews. It probably should be higher. Right now, I'm getting just like kind of anxious, I guess. It's like I'm not sure if I like the sketch or not. I mean, I don't really, but I'm not sure where I'm going with it. I don't really know how I want it to look. So I more just want to scribble some stuff in. I don't want to spend forever thinking about it too much. I don't know. You know, I'm just trying to see if, yeah, does that help if I put the pews in there? You know, I'm looking for surprises. Here's like an organ. The top of this is kind of highlighted. Maybe this is some kind of column-y thing highlighted. The sill of those windows. Tops of the pews over here. Looks like I'm the only one, if this is me, only one in the church. This is kind of covering up that nice glow I had going. But and if you're watching and hearing my, if it sounds like I'm discouraged with the drawing, like I'm not looking for sympathy here. I'm telling it how it is. I'm telling you the things going through my mind. So hopefully that helps you. You know, I'm used to this. Like I know what it takes to do good art. I know there's risk involved and fear, and I know like things don't work out right, and you know we're so often prevented from creating because we're worried about our results. And I just want you to know, like, you know, I'm thinking all these things, and so if you're having these thoughts like, oh, I'm not a good drawer, and it causes you to not draw because of that, but you want to draw, you wish you could draw, I'm just telling you, like, just do it. Like, don't worry about those thoughts. Like, keep plugging away. Keep practicing. You know, I'm just telling you things like maybe how to, you know, try some different tools, try a different method, or give yourself time. Like, draw one day and yeah, maybe it won't look good, but the next day, see if it looks better, and the next day, see if it looks even better. Make sure you're trying new things though. I notice a lot of artists will just keep drawing with they've learned this one method or these few tricks, and that's all they got in their toolbox. And so every day they're drawing that same way, and they keep being frustrated because it just keeps looking the same. And they're just like, what's going on? How, you know, they feel like they can't draw. And I notice, and if they'll listen, you know, like, it just takes having some other, trying some new things, learn some new methods for doing it. Just a little bit of light coming through. I feel like that's taken form a little bit. It'd be interesting to see how different people draw churches, or like the inside of a church. If you can't tell, or if this is, anyway, it'd be interesting to see how people draw their church, draw a church, and just how much it's influenced by either their own church or you know, the churches they've been in, and just see the variety of what people see as a church. See, I'm putting this flagpole over here because we have the There's the Christian flag and I think the American flag in each corner of the church. And then the top has maybe a cross or an eagle or something. You know what? Honestly, this is kind of starting to look a little more interesting to me. Oh, it's 9:30. I asked for feedback last time as to how long I should make these, and it sounded like a half hour was a good length of time, so I think we're going to call it good here. I'm just starting to get on a roll, too. Just starting to feel like things are clicking a little. Well, I hope you guys have are giving this sketching a try. That's fine if you're just listening along too. I really appreciate that, and hope this is useful and helpful. It's certainly been a joyful thing for me to do. I look forward to doing this live streaming every week, and you know, I know I don't have very many views right now on these. I know, you know, I think I only have usually 1 or 2 people watching each week for the live stream, but I don't care. I'm going to keep making these, and you know, if it's helpful to a few people, that's great. So thank you guys again, and keep on sketching, keep on trying. You know, this is for being engaged with the Bible, and we need to be reminded of what's in the Bible every day. The enemy twists the words of the Bible if we don't look back into the Bible. That's what happens to me, and I need to look back in the Bible over and over and be reminded of what the truth is. You know, things like the Lord does not give us a spirit of fear. If you're feeling fear, that is not from the Lord. He doesn't give that. So things like that, just know that. But thank you for the smiley face, Rochelle. Okay, we will see you guys next week for another live stream.